Most people think Arrival is a film about aliens or grief or about geopolitics where there is an assumed threat to humanity. But when I watch from a director's lens, I see hidden layers with deeper meaning of life and our existence. A film asking one question in 5 different ways across every frame. If you could see your entire life, your happiness, your sorrow, your past, present, future, all at once, would you still choose to live it? Today, I want to show you exactly how Denis Villeneuve hit that question inside the structure of this film. Before we begin, a quick intro. This is Naveen Kumar, an independent director and a producer from Canada. I made some award-winning short in feature films in English as well as Indian languages. Now let's dive in. Time and language. On the surface, it's a first contact story. The aliens arrive and humans try to communicate. But the film is built on a real idea from linguistics called the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. This means the language just doesn't communicate thoughts. It wires your brain and shapes those thoughts. The words you use to determine the way you experience reality. Now, the language of the heptapods or the aliens write in circular logograms. There is no beginning, no end, everything expressed at the same time. What this means, they don't experience time linearly from past to the future, but experience it as a full circle. When Louise learns their language, her brain actually rewires. She just doesn't translate their words, but she starts experiencing time the way they do. This is how director Villeneuve executes this, right? The fisheye lens inside the heptapod chamber is not an aesthetic choice. The room feels like you're standing inside a circle, not some corridor with a beginning and an end. Brilliant. And watch how Louise is framed when she presses her hand on the screen and begins to communicate. Villeneuve holds that shot wide and still. He gives you time to feel the intensity of the contact between 2 entirely different ways of experiencing existence. What I learned from this is when I made my short film Love Last Life, a film about a man who meets his past and the future selves to move through the grief, I faced some real challenge. How do you put an audience inside a non-linear experience without actually explaining it? Villeneuve's answer changed how I think about directing as well. Don't tell the audience the rules. Just make them feel the rules through the camera. From the very first frame, Villeneuve shows us Louise's daughter's journey, her birth, her childhood, and her death. We assume we're watching Louise's memories and some context is being set before the real story begins. We are so wrong. And the way Villeneuve hides this entirely is how he shoots. The daughter scenes are shot with identical visual grammar to the present day scenes. He uses the same lens, same color grade, same lighting temperature. Because it's not the past. Louise is experiencing her daughter's life the same way she's experiencing the present. There is a specific shot where Louise is walking in a circle after her daughter's death, which runs in a film alongside her walking in a straight line through a military corridor. On a first watch, you'll miss it. On a rewatch, it stops you completely. She's already begun to change. There is a philosophical idea called the Hermeneutic Circle, which is to understand the whole, you must understand the parts. But to understand the parts, you need the whole. Meaning is only complete when everything is held together simultaneously. Villeneuve builds this into the film's architecture. There are like 12 ships. Each nation receives only a fragment of language. No country can decode the message alone. Only when parts are unified does the meaning emerge. And the number isn't random. The 12 ships correlate to 12 hours on a clock face. This structure is already telling you that this is a film about time is a complete circle. Now, how director Villeneuve executes this? He builds the hermeneutic circle in the film itself. The film's opening scene lands as one thing on the first watch. By the final frame, the same scene means something entirely different. The ending doesn't conclude the story, but it completes the beginning. He also includes it spatially. Louise is almost always framed alone against the wide skies and empty corridors, vast landscapes. The military and the scientific characters around her are always grouped. Visually, without a single line of dialogue, Villeneuve is showing you she holds the whole. Everyone else holds a part. What this taught me, my film Advaita is built on the same instinct. A man sees himself reflected in the person he's in conflict with. That meaning gathers at the end, not along the way, and if you notice, the film ends where it had originally begun. But the real argument. Here's what I think most of us miss in the film. Arrival is not about grief. Grief is only the mechanism. The film is about free will. If you are a human, you've been given complete knowledge of your life, like your past, present, future, happiness, sorrow, grief, everything. In that case, do you have the courage to choose it anyway? Louise discovers that her daughter will die young. Despite the harsh truth, she chooses to have her. That is film's central act, which is saying 100% yes to life with acceptance. There is a saying, everything happens for the best. It doesn't necessarily mean whatever horrible things happen is for the best. The deeper meaning is if you accept whatever life throws at you without judging it, it eventually becomes the best for you. If you could see your entire life from beginning to end like a movie, would you still choose it? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.